Welcome to this deep dive. Today, we're really zeroing in on something vital, I think, for anyone in business. Understanding your competitors and, just as key, your customers.
Absolutely. It sounds basic, but getting it right is complex.
We've got some great material focusing on building that competitive edge, our mission,
Mm.
to pull out the core ideas, the actionable stuff, to help you navigate that whole competitive landscape.
Exactly. Not just theory, but practical takeaways.
And, to kick things off, think about Microsoft. I mean, huge success early on with PC software,
Yeah.
right?
Dominant.
But the material points out, even they had to constantly adapt, constantly figure out the competition. As tech shifted, new rivals emerged.
The internet age, mobile.
Precisely.
Ah.
They couldn't just sit on Windows forever. It really
Yeah.
shows why this competition, customers, it's an ongoing thing, not a check-the-box exercise.
Constant vigilance, really. The landscape never stops changing.
So whether you're launching something new, trying to grow, or maybe just curious about how companies win, this deep dive should give you a good framework for thinking strategically.
Okay.
Okay, so let's jump in. The first big point our source makes is, well, it's this fundamental need for understanding. Seems obvious, maybe?
Maybe, but it's often underestimated.
Right. The text really insists that real competitive success, it hinges on deeply understanding both your customers and your competitors. It's the foundation for, well, everything else. Marketing strategy, hitting your goals.
And it's not just marketing, is it? It affects product development, service, everything. Without that clarity on who you're serving and who you're up against, you're kind of flying blind.
Flying blind, yeah.
Mm.
Which leads us right into competitive advantage. The material defines this as something your company does that rivals just can't match.
Cannot replicate. That's the critical part.
Exactly. It's that unique thing, that special sauce that lets you consistently outperform the others.
Not just slightly better, but distinctively different and defensible.
And the real goal, the big prize, is making that advantage sustainable. You want something that lasts, that competitors can't easily erode or copy.
Because that's what lets you deliver superior value over the long run.
A strong, sustainable advantage means you're consistently the better choice for your customers.
It's the difference between just competing and actually leading sustained over time.
Okay, so how do you get there? Part of it is really digging into analyzing competitors. The source material is clear. You can't plan effectively in a vacuum.
Absolutely not.
You have to know what they're doing, their strengths, weaknesses, even how they might react to your moves. It's like a chess game, almost.
Anticipating those reactions is crucial. So what should you be looking for? The material highlights a few key questions.
Right.
Like, what are their objectives? What are they actually trying to achieve? What are their current strategies? How are they going about it?
Right.
Strengths and weaknesses, where are they strong? Where are they vulnerable? And critically, how will they likely react if you, say, launch a new product or cut prices?
That last one feels really important. Will they fight back hard? Ignore you.
Knowing that potential reaction shapes your own decision-making.
And the Kodak example they use really hits this home, doesn't it?
Oh, absolutely. A classic case study.
King of film for decades.
Yeah.
But they just failed to grasp the digital shift, what competitors were doing there.
They were too focused on the profitability of film, that existing business.
Yeah, and they missed the boat completely.
Hmm.
It's a pretty stark warning about ignoring competitive threats and, major tech changes. Makes you wonder who might be vulnerable today.
It's a powerful lesson about adaptability, or the lack of it. That inward focus can be deadly when the world outside is changing fast.
So, okay, how do you actually do this? Identifying and assessing competitors. The text suggests thinking broadly,
Right, not just the obvious ones.
not just companies making the exact same widget, similar products, similar services, even companies competing for the same customer dollars, even if the products are different,
And they mention market-based competition specifically. That's where you're really head-to-head.
like Coke versus Pepsi.
Exactly. Similar products targeting very similar customers. Fierce competition on features, price, advertising. You see it constantly.
All those new flavors and ads,
Mhm.
it's part of that battle.
And then there's the broader view. The source doesn't explicitly detail Porter's 5 forces, but the idea is there.
Understanding the whole competitive environment.
Yeah, like the power of your suppliers or buyers, the threat of new companies jumping in or substitute products emerging. All those pressures affect your position.
So it's not just your direct rivals you need to watch.
No, threats and opportunities can come from different angles entirely.
Okay, let's shift slightly to competitive strategies. How do companies actually position themselves? The text outlines a few approaches. First, the market leader.
The big fish.
Right, the one with the largest market share. Their focus is often on, well, expanding the total market, finding new users or uses.
And protecting their existing share.
Protecting your turf, exactly. And maybe trying to grow it even more. McDonald's is the example given, always innovating, advertising heavily to stay on top.
Leaders have to keep innovating, though, right? Can't get complacent.
Absolutely. Then you have the market challenger.
The ones trying to knock the leader off the perch.
Yeah, the ambitious number two, or maybe number three. They're fighting to gain share, often by directly attacking the leader or other rivals. Burger King's burger wars against McDonald's classic challenger behavior.
They often need to be bolder, maybe find an angle the leader is ignoring.
Or use disruptive tactics, perhaps?
Could be, yeah. They need to differentiate strongly.
Okay, next is the market follower.
These are the companies that sort of play it safer.
Kind of. They often prefer to follow the leader's successful moves rather than start a fight. They imitate strategies that seem to be working.
Less risk, maybe.
Less risk, yeah, like smaller fast food chains, adopting menu items similar to the big guys. It's profitable, but maybe not market-changing. They often focus on efficiency.
But they still need some differentiation, right? Can't just be a cheap copy.
Good point. Maybe better service in a local area, something like that.
Right.
And finally, the market nicher.
Ah, the specialists.
Exactly. They focus intensely on small, specific market segments. The goal is to serve that niche incredibly well, better than anyone else, like that local, organic, gluten-free bakery example.
They're not trying to be everything to everyone. They thrive on deep understanding of a very specific customer group.
And offering something tailored that bigger companies maybe can't or won't.
Precisely. High specialization, high value for that specific audience.
Okay, so we've covered the competition side pretty well. Let's flip to the other crucial element, understanding your customers.
Equally vital, if not more so.
The text talks about being a customer-centered company. What does that really mean in practice?
It means putting the customer truly at the heart of, well, everything. Designing strategies, developing products, all based on delivering superior value to them.
It's about getting beyond just surface-level wants, isn't it? Understanding the deeper needs, the problems they're trying to solve.
Yes, the underlying motivations. And how do companies do that?
Right, beyond just saying, know your customer. What are the tools? Surveys, focus groups.
Those are part of it, sure, but also things like mapping the customer journey, analyzing buying patterns, social media listening, even just talking directly to customers. It's about gathering rich insight.
Getting under the skin of what they value. But the text also gives a warning here.
Ah, the balance.
Yes, being customer-focused is crucial, but you can't wear blinders when it comes to competitors. You need to monitor them to ensure you're delivering superior value compared to the alternatives.
Ignoring competitors leaves you vulnerable. You might miss their innovations or fail to see a threat coming.
So it's this constant tightrope walk between customer focus and competitor awareness.
I think that's a good way to put it. You need both perspectives for sustainable success. Anticipate customer needs and competitor moves.
And a key tool for this, mentioned in the material, is value analysis.
Understanding value from the customer's viewpoint.
Exactly. How do they see your offering compared to competitors? What benefits do they perceive, and how do they weigh that against the price?
It helps you pinpoint your advantages and disadvantages in their eyes.
So how would a company actually do that? What are they asking?
Well, first you identify what attributes customers in that market really care about. Then you assess how you stack up on those attributes versus key competitors.
Asking them directly.
Often, yeah. Surveys, interviews, asking about the importance of different features, price sensitivity, overall satisfaction, trying to quantify that value proposition.
Got it. Okay, let's look at some real-world examples the text brings up to illustrate these shifts. We touched on Microsoft already.
Their evolution is significant.
Yeah, moving from just PC software to embracing the internet, mobile, and now heavily into cloud services and subscriptions. That's all about adapting to competition, Google, Apple, and changing customer demands.
It shows even giants have to stay agile and rethink their core business.
And then there's a rise of the digital natives, Amazon, Google, Meta.
Game changers.
Absolutely. They've totally reshaped competition in so many sectors.
Yeah.
Retail, advertising, you name it.
And traditional players like brick and mortar stores have had to scramble to compete.
Right, emphasizing things like in-store experience or integrating online and offline with click and collect, that kind of thing.
They've been forced to innovate and embrace digital just to stay in the game because customer expectations have shifted so dramatically. Convenience, personalization.
It's a whole new world in many ways.
Definitely.
Okay, so as we start to wrap this up, we've covered a lot of ground on the importance of understanding both customers and competitors. It's not just data collection, it's strategic thinking.
A strategic mindset,
We
yes.
talked about building sustainable competitive advantage, analyzing competitors, their goals, strategies, strengths, weaknesses.
And the different ways companies can play the game. Leader, challenger, follower, niche.
Right. And then the vital importance of being customer-centered, truly understanding needs, but balancing that with competitor awareness, maybe using tools like value analysis.
And remembering Kodak.
And remembering Kodak, yeah.
Yeah.
The ultimate cautionary tale about failing to adapt.
I think the core message is clear in today's world, that deep, continuous understanding of both customers and competitors. It's not just nice to have, it's essential for survival and
Mm,
success.
Absolutely essential. So here's a final thought, something to chew on after this deep dive. Think about that tricky balance, between laser focusing on your customers and constantly watching your rivals.
Hmm.
How do you, or how would you, make sure you get that balance right in your own situation? How do you avoid becoming too inward-looking and missing market shifts? Or, conversely, so reactive to competitors that you lose sight of your own customers' core needs?
It's a tough calibration.
It really is. And maybe, think about this, which huge, seemingly untouchable market leaders today might, just might, be vulnerable to their own Kodak moment if they fail to keep reassessing that landscape, those customer needs. It's definitely something complex to keep top of mind.
Food for thought.
Indeed. Well, thanks for taking this deep dive with us today.